Today I'm taking you to eat 5 noodle dishes in Bangkok.
From an auntie who's been cooking for 43 years.
How does she make these noodles taste so good?
To a stall so popular they never stop frying. You're in for a thrilling Thai street food tour.
This is some next level suki.
We'll eat at a hidden gem stall for the most famous of all Thai noodles.
We are about to eat the most famous Thai food on earth.
And also try some noodles you probably aren't expecting.
Oh wow, yeah. That's extraordinary.
I'm gonna show you all 5 noodle dishes and where to eat them when you're in Bangkok.
Hey everyone, it's Mark Wiens, and you might have recently seen a video I did about the top 5 must-eat Thai soup noodles. Well, this is going to be the sequel. We are going on a mission to eat the top 5 must-eat stir-fried noodles, and we just arrived at the first place. Oh, I smell the smokiness in the air. So this restaurant is called Ratna Padipat, and they've been selling ratna as well as stir-fried noodle dishes for over 50 years. The main dish that we came here that we're gonna start off this noodle tour with is called pad see ew, which directly translates to stir-fried soy sauce and noodles. And it's a very common, one of the most popular of all Thai stir-fried noodle dishes. But the actual restaurant is most famous for their ratna, which is a Thai Chinese dish of stir-fried noodles, the hor fun noodles, which are the wide rice noodles with a gravy sauce on top. So we have to try that as well. Oh, he's getting ready to fry the noodles, I think. He really cranks up that's an extremely hot fire, iron wok. And he makes sure that it's extremely hot. The noodles go in. Those are set aside into a pot, and then the second part of ratna is a gravy that they make with broth and with Chinese kale, with pork, and then they thicken it as well, so it's nice and sticky and a gravy. And then when you order, they assemble the noodles and the gravy, and so we're gonna try both dishes. Oh, okay, so a fresh batch of the gravy. And again, the noodles are cooked separately from the gravy. Oh, so first she cracks in an egg, so that's gonna make the base for it. Whooshes that around. Some of the pork goes in, which I believe is marinated already. Oh, and a huge handful of pak kana, which is Chinese kale. Okay, and these are the pre-fried noodles from the ratna. So they're already smoky. He fried those up in the fire, and those go directly into the pan. A little bit of oyster sauce, and the dark soy sauce, which is sweet. That's gonna bring also a sweet caramelized aroma to it. All right, so here we go. We're beginning again with a dish called pad see ew, which is one of the most famous dishes, stir-fried noodle dishes in all of Thailand, and it's very popular. I like how they keep things really chunky and big. Big slices of pork, big slices of Chinese kale, or pak kana as it's called in Thai. The wiggly, tangly noodles and the egg just scrambled within, all absorbed with soy sauce. It's flavorful and comforting. And the noodles are gooey. You taste the smokiness of the egg. You've got the crunch of the Chinese kale, especially the stems. And then you really taste something that's very important for this dish, which is the dark, sweet soy sauce. And that's what caramelizes it. That's what gives it that smoky flavor. That's what gives it some sweetness as well and balances the flavor. And that's an extremely important component of any plate of pad see ew, but we need to season. Okay, vinegar. And would never want to miss the opportunity to season with a little bit of chili. All right, that should be good. Then you can mix it up. Yeah, look at how tender that pork is. It's spoon tender. That is tasty. Yeah, and I really love that pork. Oh man, it just totally melts in your mouth. And one of the unique things about their pad see ew here is that they fry the noodles separately because they also are used for the rat na. And so then they fry the ingredients for the pad see ew, and then they put those pre-fried smoky noodles into the pad see ew and then keep on frying them. And so I think when they do that, it kind of loosens the noodles up. It adds flavor and smokiness from that stir frying, that huge heat stir fry. But it keeps the noodles very spongy and very, very soft. Okay, let's try the rat na next. Oh man, I let it sit here for a little bit too long. It's getting kind of sticky. But you've got the smoky noodles, again, on the bottom, and their sen yai, which are the wide rice noodles. And then you've got the pork gravy sauce with the vegetables all in here. The flavor of the white pepper is what immediately comes through. Oh, that sauce is incredible. A little bit on the sweet side, but it's so flavorful. It's so rich from that pork broth. And again, the pepper comes in nicely. Those same pieces of pork, which are really tender, just kind of melt in your mouth. And then you've got the crunch of that pakana, that Chinese kale. Oh, it's good. It's really warm, it's really comforting, and has that smoky undertone. Yeah, that's a lot of sticky sauces and gooey noodles going on in your mouth. It's really nice. But let's add some seasoning. Vinegar is a must. We'll add on a little bit of vinegar just to the side of the plate. Oh yeah, the vinegar balances the sweetness and kind of that richness of the sticky sauce. And then you can't go wrong seasoning with chili. It's an absolute must. And like I mentioned in the last noodle tour, one of the reasons that I think Thais love noodles so much is because they're fully customizable. Nobody will ever judge you for adding too much chili, too much vinegar, sugar if that's your thing, or fish sauce. It's all up to you, your taste. You can make every bowl of noodles or every fried noodle the way you want it. Oh, that's a big piece of it. I love how they keep things really chunky. The pork, from the pork to the noodles, to the vegetables. Oh, it's a still family run, really friendly for over 50 years. Really cool spot. Oh, we're off to a good start. From here, we're actually gonna jump in a taxi and we're on our way to central Bangkok, more nearby to Chinatown, Yawarat. Let's go. So here we are, we're on the edge of Yawarat, which is Bangkok's Chinatown, and Pak Klong Talat, which is the flower market, and this is where we're gonna find our next place. Oh yeah, I can already hear the clanking of the wok, the stir frying. Okay, so to continue with this Thai fried noodles tour, we're at a restaurant which is called Thai Hang Lee. And this is an old school restaurant where Auntie has been stir frying, has been cooking for over 43 years. And she is just an absolute, just culinary hero, an icon. And we specifically came here to eat a dish which is called pad ki mao. and pad kimao senyai, which is directly translates to drunkard's noodles or drunken noodles with the thin, wide rice noodles. And Auntie makes one of the greatest versions that I've had. And actually, to be quite honest with you, it's a very famous dish, and also overseas, it's a very famous Thai noodle dish. But within Thailand, I mean, you can find it at a lot of places, but it's very hard to find a very good version. And she is the person you can trust to make pad kimao senyai. Oh man, so she's getting started on our dishes. She cooks only over charcoal, over fire, and she knows how to control that heat so well, just scorching using lard. And then she fries it over an iron wok. So much experience, she's so good. Oh man, that smells so good. The holy basil in there, the chilies, all the different sauces. Oh, and an egg, yeah. White pepper. And so the main dish that we came to eat is pad kimao senyai, or drunkard's noodles. You see there's the wide rice noodles, there's egg folded in, there's lots of holy basil, there's a little bit of Chinese kale, there's big shrimp, there's squid, there's lots of chilies in here as well. Oh man, and you can just see that char from the noodles from the egg. Oh, I can't wait to try it. Oh, wow. Oh, that is a perfect harmony of gooey, wide rice noodles. They have a little bit of a bounce and a little bit of a stickiness to them as well, and a little bit of an elasticity. But then they've just absorbed all of that smokiness from the iron wok and the fire. The soy sauce, the chilies, a hint of sweetness, also from that dark soy sauce as well. Oh man, it's so good. So good. And then you got the shrimp, so you can eat the shrimp. Also, one of the great things about her pad kimao is she added in a bunch of basil as well. And this is the bai ka pao, which is holy basil, which has a peppery taste to it as well. That's an incredible plate of pad kimao. From here, let's do a little bit of seasoning. Dry chili, yes. Okay, I'll sprinkle on a little extra dry chili. And I think that's all actually I want. Normally for noodles, I would definitely add some vinegar, but her flavor is so perfect. I don't want to cover up that smokiness of the wok, so I'm just gonna go chili, that's all. So good. Yeah, this is happiness in a plate of noodles. And then she also serves it with something called gak mu, which is the pork fat fried. And this is the fat that she uses to make the lard to fry the noodles, but then she serves it to you on the side like croutons almost. Oh, yeah, you can just hear how crispy they are. You can add that to make it even richer. Oh, that's superb. Yeah, with that added fried pork fat, crispy, rich, it just crumbles in your mouth, but also just kind of juices. You taste that pork fat just releasing liquid into your mouth as you take a bite. And then, as a bonus, this one is not part of the top 5, but actually maybe it should be, because it is one of the most popular fried noodle dishes, especially with the younger generation in Thailand, which is called pad mama. And mama are the ubiquitous, omnipresent Thai instant noodles. Okay, so she's making the pad mama now. Again, start off, I think she's cooking in lard. And then she adds those shrimp, just sizzles them down. Some squid goes in, that just smokes up from that fire. แม่ครับทอดกับน้ำมันหมูไหมครับ
น้ำมันหมูค่ะ
โอเคครับ
มีกากหมูด้วย
Okay. Oh, so she only uses
ค่ะ
lard.
กากหมู
กากหมูด้วยครับ
ได้ครับ
โอเคครับอยู่แล้วครับ
อ๋อ
ใช่ครับ The instant mama noodles have been just sitting in hot water. She pours those in with some cabbage. A little bit of lard goes in. She cracks the egg. Oh yeah. Okay, let's try this. Oh man. There's squid. Yeah, okay. That is pretty awesomely good. You immediately taste the flavor of that sauce packet of soup, which I think she added in there with the noodles. That kind of MSGE, full flavor, umami in your mouth, combined with the smokiness of the wok, the dryness, the pork lard, that just makes it so, brings out the flavor and that smokiness as well, and the high heat. Seafood is delicious, big, sweet. The chewiness of the squid, the crunch of the cabbage also. I mean, she takes care in making sure that the cabbage is cooked perfectly, so it still has that really nice, fresh crispness to it. She knows what she's doing. I'm not gonna add that much chili because my wife is eating this plate, but I'll just add to a bite because I gotta taste it with chili. That is an excellent plate of pad mama. I mean, the pad mama is good in that kind of late night food that you'd want to be eating, but the pad kimao is a dish, especially with the senyai, that I'd want to be eating every single day. Oh yeah, that was an incredibly tasty plate of pad kimao. ขอบคุณมากครับ ขอบคุณมากครับ Oh man, Auntie Amnoi, she is a national hero. Her pad kimao is so good. Oh, I'm dripping in sweat and just overjoyed with happiness. Oh, we are off to an incredible start for this Thai fried noodle tour, and we still have a lot of noodles to eat. The good thing is the next spot is just a 5-minute walk away. Make a right turn along the canal, and we're almost here. I love this canal and this entire neighborhood. It's so peaceful, so calm, right along the canal. And there happens to be a lot of delicious food along this canal as well. บาเพียนใช่ไหมครับ Yes. Oh, she is an absolute, another national hero of stir-fried noodles in Thailand for 50 years. Then this place is called Kway Teow Khua Kai Bap Hien. Again, the dish that we came here to eat on this ultimate fried noodle tour in Bangkok is called Kway Teow Khua Kai. Now, Kway Teow means noodles, and Khua is the Thai word for kind of slow roasting in a pan, and then gai means chicken. So you have to have chicken, you have to have a slow roast, and there's a number of different styles. They use a brass pan technique, which is different, but there's a number of different ways that people make this dish. And actually, I'll probably, as we're eating it, I'll explain more about the different methods that are used throughout Bangkok to make this dish. But for right now, let's focus on this and let's watch how they make it. Look who we stumbled into.
Howdy, Cup.
What's up,
How are
Gary?
you? You good?
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Very good to see you, man.
Mark's turned up at my favourite noodle stop.
Is this your favorite
Spot.
spot?
I won't be able to come here anymore, will I? There'll be too many customers everywhere.
Oh, awesome, man.
This place is one of the best I know, honestly. And Kua Gai, they only really sell in this area a particular way, but then you can also get Bat Mi Kua Mordang, so egg noodles stir-fried with homemade char siu, red pork, and to my knowledge, she's the only person that sells these.
So their recipe all begins with pork lard. You've got to have pork lard to be able to fry it this way. And then chicken, that goes into the lard, and then just kind of stir fry it slowly over the first burner, which is a low fire. Then she adds in your choice of noodles, and you can get senyai, which are the wide, thick noodles, and that's the most common type of noodle. But then they also have a few other noodle variations that they make as well. So we're gonna try one of their specialties as well. Then she cracks in an egg. And the method of cooking this is really like a scratching of the pan method. And they're just frying kway teow kua gai nonstop. One of the things that you'll notice is that they really care about their product, as they've been doing for 50 years, and they make every portion. A lot of restaurants will make a big portion and then divide it onto plates to save time. They make every plate in an individual pan, one by one. Here we go, kway teow kua gai, and this is a very popular place, especially during the lunchtime rush. And they get a lot of delivery takeaway orders as well, but we got our noodles pretty fast. And if I'm not mistaken, kway teow kua gai, this is a dish that was invented by Chinese immigrants in Bangkok, in Chinatown, and specifically originating from Talat Noi, which is on the edge of Chinatown. I did a recent food tour walking around Talat Noi, so be sure to check out that video as well. But that's where this dish actually originates, and we're not that far away from there, maybe like a 10 or 15-minute walk. But anyway, man, they go heavy on the pork lard and heavy on what they call like gakmu, which is the fried pork fat. And so the most common noodle that you'll find is, again, senyai, which are the wide hor fun style noodles, wide, thin noodles, rice noodles. And so this is the most common version that you'll find at many other places as well. With the chicken, it has to be chicken, and you can see all the char, you can see all the crispy bits. So dry, so smoky, so fragrant. Oh wow, yeah. That's extraordinary. That slow stir-fry cooking, it just absorbs all that smoke, that fire, the copper from the pan, and yet it still remains individual and it doesn't blob up. Like, I'm sure if I tried to make this, it would just turn into a mushy blob of gooey rice noodles. But this, because of the use of the lard and the way they fry it on that heat, and also the way they transfer it from pan to pan, it just preserves the texture of each noodle, individual noodle, while it just totally gets saturated with that flavor. And the chicken is such a great texture as well. Salty, tender, but not mushy, and just, yeah, full of, embedded with smokiness. I'm gonna season. Oh, we're almost out of chili here. A little bit of chili. Vinegar. And it's already pretty salty, so I don't think it needs any extra fish sauce. But there we go. Got a huge nugget of the fried pork fat that, again, so crispy, so juicy, and so rich as well. What I wanted to mention about kway teow kua gai, this dish that we're eating, is that there's many different variations. There's one place here in Bangkok where they cook it almost like a pancake style over a raging hot charcoal fire in a standard Thai wok. That place is incredible. And then there's also another version where they cook it in an aluminum pot, like a soup pan, over another raging hot fire with a fan blowing on the fire. So, and that is also extremely tasty and one of the smokiest versions of kua gai that you'll find. And then there's this version here that they cook in a brass pan over a semi-hot fire, but then they keep on fanning the flame and then they move it from pan to pan. So many different styles of kua gai. And it really is an extremely fragrant. It's actually, the ingredients are simple and there's not a lot of sauces, but it all has to do with the technique, the strategy, the cooking style, and the fire. The fire and the pan is the most important thing. And then additionally, this place specifically is famous for their bami mudang, which is egg noodles, which are stir-fried the same way, but also with red pork. So let's try this. And you can see that the noodles have just kind of crumbled into the smoky pan. Yeah, this is something that's totally different. And this is something that you won't find at other Kuokai restaurants. Okay, I'll add in. Oh, we're running low on the chili. Okay, we'll add a little chili, add a little vinegar. Yeah, oh man. You know, there's this Cantonese noodle dish where they take the egg noodles and I think they're fried. I don't know, when I was a kid, we used to call it cake noodles. And that's what it reminds me of. Exactly. Like these kind of clumpy crushed clusters of egg noodles, which are kind of crispy at the same time, held together with the lard and then fried with that smokiness. But yeah, it's really good. Both versions here, you can't go wrong. Okay, let's try some of that mudang, the red barbecue pork in there as well. With the egg curdled in, pieces of the tender red barbecue pork, and the lettuce in there, just so you have a little bit of vegetables, just to balance, of course. That was incredibly tasty, cooked perfectly as they've done for 50 years. Yeah, it was definitely one of the better plates of Kuokai in all of Bangkok. Khapun mak krab, khapun mak krab, khapun mak krab, khapun mak krab. Khapun mak krab. Thank you, Cub. Thank you, Cub. And they're so nice, too. Oh, excellent. To find the next noodle dish, we need to go across the Chao Phraya River.
มะม่วงเปรี้ยวไหมคะ
เปรี้ยวนิดๆครับ
เดี๋ยวมีสตอเก้
ครับผมน้อยมากเลยผลไม้เอาพริกเผ็ดและกะปินะครับ
Welcome to Thonburi, and we needed a little mango to balance all the carbs and the noodles. Oh, that hits the spot. That is juicy, refreshing. Oh man, that's so good. A perfect mango. Yeah. Okay. And the stall that we're going to is just up ahead. This is something I've been really looking forward to. And my wife, Ying, she used to go here many years ago, and she's always told me that it's one of her favorite places to eat this next dish. No, we're almost there. Oh yeah, I see the smoke coming from the woks already. And the clanking of the woks. Oh yes.
อันนี้แห้งค่ะ
So they are just swinging into action already, stir frying up. They've just opened and already they're just non-stop busy. And they serve a dish which is called suki or sukiyaki, Thai suki. It has a very interesting story of how it got started and how this dish developed over the years. But before we do that, let's watch them as they make it. And they have two different versions. You can order the suki nam with soup, with juice, with broth, or I like to order the suki hang, which is the stir-fried noodle version. And that's what we're getting. So the recipe actually begins at the prep station where you can either choose your two versions, the soup version or the stir-fried version. If you get the soup version, he puts all the ingredients into a pot, a saucepan. If you get the stir-fried version, he puts it into a mini wok. This is some next level suki. And they have kind of a two-part process where the first chef, he loads in the initial ingredients, the shrimp, the seafood, your choice of meats. He cracks in an egg with that sauce, and you immediately, as he simmers down that sauce, you can smell the suki sauce, which includes tau hu yi, which is the fermented pink tofu, which gives it this fermented complexity of an aroma and flavor. That's one of the main flavors you have in suki. And then it moves over to the next chef, who then does the finishing. He cranks up that fire, He adds in a handful of Napa cabbage. He adds in the glass noodles or the mung bean noodles and then stir fries it on a really high heat to dry it out, to dehydrate it, to give it that smoky flavor. And he just keeps on flipping it until it almost turns into this, like a pancake of all the ingredients, and it just slides out of the wok. This place is incredible. Taisuki, again, it has an interesting story, but let's dig in while it's hot and fresh. But they just slide it off. It's all plastered together with the stir fry, with the egg. The egg is just holding it together. The glass noodles. You smell the aroma of the sauce. Oh yeah. And my wife Ying, she's been telling me we have to come here for so many years, like it's the best suki in Bangkok. Oh man, that really is extraordinary. Oh, that's so good. I love the way that the egg is just curdled into the sauce, making it so thick and rich. You've got the flavor of that sauce, which they stir fry within it, which is a little bit sweet, a little bit sour. I know the sauce includes a lot of garlic, pickled garlic, sometimes like the sweet pickled garlic, as well as the pink tauhu yi, which is a fermented tofu, which almost has a blue cheesy kind of flavor to it, but not quite as strong. Yeah, and so you really taste those flavors all embedded within the suki. Okay, but what you can do is then add more sauce. And yes, we need to add more sauce. You can never have enough sauce. But then we also got shrimp in here. There's pieces of the pickled squid as well. Well, let's go for a shrimp on this bite. How about? Yeah. And Ying, you're right. Ying was telling me that the suki tastes like her mom's recipe. It does. I think that might be the reason we like it so much. It tastes exactly when Ying's mom at home makes suki for us. Her sauce and her dish almost tastes exactly like this. Oh yeah, let's try some of that pickled squid. And I love that the Napa cabbage remains nice and crisp because they don't overcook it. And then at the very end, they toss in a handful of Chinese celery. So that just gives it another crunch and another fragrance that has that kind of celery green flavor to it, but not overpowering at all. Okay, so as for the story of Taisuki, and you probably know Japanese sukiyaki, but actually Taisuki is not really much like Japanese suki. And in fact, it's more like a shabu shabu, or more like a Chinese hot pot. And as the story goes, back in the 50s, some Thai Chinese, they wanted to bring Thai Chinese hot pot to Bangkok. And so they opened a series of restaurants, the soup version. And so you would get all sorts of different ingredients from fish balls and meat and seafood to mung bean noodles and vegetables, and a pan of broth on your table, and you would boil everything at your table, like a typical hot pot or shabu shabu. And at that time, I was reading back in 1957, there was a very popular song which was called Sukiyaki, a Japanese song. And because that song was so popular at that time, and because everybody was singing that song, they just decided to call it Sukiyaki because it was so catchy and everybody already knew that term, and that just stuck. But that being said, it was always a hot pot, the soup version, where you would boil everything at your table. But Thais have always been innovative, and they've always been so creative when it comes to food, when it comes to street food culture. And so they took that hot pot concept and they started making it in just individual bowls. So that was fast, it was easy, you could eat it on the go at street food stalls. And then from there, you have Thai Suki Hang, which is the dry version, which is the stir-fried noodle version. And that was also developed because oftentimes you can get noodle dishes in Bangkok and Thailand that have soup, but you can also order them dry with soup on the side. And so people like to have the choice. And so that's how this noodle dish, that's the unique story of Thai Suki and how it came about. What a spot, so much action. And this is even before they've gotten too busy. They'll get busier as the evening progresses. We got here right as they opened. But the owner is so nice. He wouldn't let us leave without giving us an entire takeaway bag of khao tom. I think khao tom mainly, but what a legendary spot. He said they've been here for 30 to 40 years, doing it incredibly well. That's tasty suki, you can't go wrong, and just the atmosphere, the action is incredible. Oh yeah, what a spot.
ขอบคุณมากๆครับขอบคุณมากๆครับอร่อยมากครับสุดยอดขอบคุณมากๆครับไปเลยครับ Yeah, we got to get there fast because this next place that we're going to go, where we're going to find the next noodle dish, they said if you don't get there early, they either sell out or you'll be waiting in a long queue. But we got to get there fast. Also, this is the best way to travel in Bangkok. Oh yeah, that breeze. Oh, we need some breeze. Whew. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but my shirt has just been drenched the entire day. The humidity. Oh.
ขอบคุณมากค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณ
ขอบคุณมากครับ
โอเคนะคะ
So we made it on this ultimate Thai stir-fry noodle tour. We are about to eat what is undisputedly the most famous stir-fry Thai noodle dish. I mean, probably the most famous Thai dish, Thai food on earth. And we're gonna eat it next. So yes, we are eating pad thai. And as soon as she opens at 5 p.m., she's already busy frying nonstop. You can tell that she has immense experience. It is not easy. Despite pad thai being the most famous of all Thai dishes, it's hard to find a good version of pad thai. And she does it with expertise. And I love her entire display here on the cart. She has all the different components of a pad thai laid out, all the colorful ingredients from tofu to pickled turnip, to dry shrimp, to sugar, to peanuts, to chilies, to chives, the shrimp, the egg, there's squid, and then there's your choice of different versions of pad thai that you can get. There's just a normal wrapped in egg. There's a seafood version, but I'm going for the pad thai gung sot, which is pad thai with fresh shrimp. Okay, so it's fresh, ready right out of the wok. Look at the way it's just like the noodles are just rolled. They're rolled into the egg. I love how the presentation with the big shrimp, the fresh shrimp, the bean sprouts folded in, the egg kind of wrapped around it, yet kind of scrambled all at the same time. Peanuts on one side, chives, served with a wedge of lime to squeeze on. But first, let's just try the noodles. Oh, wow, yeah. The sourness of the tamarind, the sweet and sour flavor, the smokiness of the wok. And what I immediately love is that one of the things that I noticed, she sizzles down the tofu and then she throws in a spatula full of garlic and red onions, or maybe they're shallots, and she sizzles that down in the oil. And that just releases the aroma. From there, she stir fries everything, but you still really taste that aroma of the garlic and the onions in there. And then she adds in the pickled radish as well, which gives it another dimension of aroma and that fermented flavor to it. But it does need that extra squeeze of lime. That's why they give it to you. So I'll squeeze lime juice. And then yes, we will add a little bit of chili. I can't resist. Okay. All right, that's good. And again, the peanuts mix in with those peanuts with the dried shrimp, which he kind of keeps on the side, but you can stir it all up. Let those juices, the oily juices, come together. Okay, oh man. Oh wow. I love the texture, the chewiness of those noodles. With the lime juice, with the peanuts, with the chili, that bumps it up. That is so tasty, so smoky. I love the fruitiness of the tamarind, the sweet and sour flavor, the freshness of it, the smokiness. Okay, and then you gotta chase with a chive. Oh yeah. And it depends, you'll sometimes get other vegetables like banana blossom or extra bean sprouts with your pad thai. This one is served as is. Oh man, that is firm, perfectly cooked. It's not overcooked. In the realm of Thai food, pad thai is actually not that old of a dish. It dates back to the 1930s. And there have been many other noodle dishes, stir-fried noodles, some of which we've already eaten today, which have direct influence from Chinese immigrants that came to Thailand and started making noodle dishes. But pad thai is totally unique, totally distinct, has a much different flavor from other Thai Chinese noodle dishes. And that's because back in the 1930s, there's a couple of different theories and a couple of things that happened. One is that Thailand was focused on nation building, and they wanted to have one food, one dish that kind of brought the country together, that represented the flavors of Thailand. So pad thai was kind of invented and fabricated to include all sorts of different flavors that most Thai people love, that everyone could enjoy, that everyone could eat. From salty, from sweet, according to your liking. It can be spicy according to your liking, but it is a dish that just about everybody can enjoy. And then additionally at that time, from what I understand, there was a rice shortage, rice being the most common staple of Thailand. But since there was a rice shortage, the government was promoting rice noodles, since those could be kept and stored. And so that is how pad thai came about. And I mean, if it was for nation building, for bringing the nation of Thailand together and for promoting the food of Thailand, it has definitely worked. Because without a doubt, pad thai is the most famous of all stir-fried noodles dishes coming from Thailand, and probably the most famous Thai dish of all that you've definitely heard of and that you've probably tried as well. Okay, and that being said, this is one of the best plates of pad thai I've had. Oh yeah. After way more than 5 bowls of noodles today, this is how I feel. Oh, I just wanna lay down. Thai street food, 5 stir-fried noodle dishes, and we managed to eat them all in one day, back to back to back to back to back. Oh, that was a good day of noodles. But which noodle dish looked the best to you? Which is the noodle dish that you would want to eat the most when you come to Bangkok? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd really love to hear from you, and I'll try to get back to you as well. But thank you so much for watching this video. It's been an incredible day, and also if you haven't watched the other sequel in this series, covering 5 must-eat Thai noodle soups, be sure to check that video out as well. And thanks again for watching. Goodbye from Bangkok. See you on the next video.